What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Mrs. Benz, and welcome to Talk Yo Shit. Okay, this is where we get real about love, life, and everything in between. No filters, no faking, just facts, feelings, and a little bit of attitude. Okay, now let's go ahead and get into it. Today, we're going to be talking about something real. Love ain't always enough if respect is missing. Okay, yes, you heard me. I see it all the time. People pouring their heart into a relationship, but boundaries, respect, they get overlooked. Okay, that's a straight path to a burnout. And we're here to break it down. Real talk. By the end of this episode, you're going to know exactly why and what to do. And you're also going to know why love alone ain't enough and how to protect yourself without losing your heart. Okay, now go ahead and let's get into first things first. Let's get it clear. Okay, love is a feeling. Respect is an action. Okay, love can make your heart feel all full, warm, and everything like that. But respect keeps your mind and your soul protected. And that's what we want. Okay. And here's the thing. You can love someone, but if you're consistently tolerating behaviors that drain you, that ain't saving you. Okay, baby, that's hurting you. We got to know the difference. Okay, and then let me give y'all an example. And I'm going to try not to use no genders or nothing like that. But a while back, I knew someone who loved their partner so much that they ignored all the things that they weren't doing right. The late texts, the broken promises, the disrespect in front of others, you name it. They were doing it, okay? But because they loved them so much, they stayed. And guess what happened? The burnout, the resentment, feeling like they gave everything but got nothing back. Sorry, y'all, that's that good Zaza. But got nothing back. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. So here's your takeaway from the jump. Loving someone does not automatically mean that they treat you right. Okay. Boundaries are non-negotiable. Respect is not optional. Okay. Keep that in mind as we do move forward. Okay, let's talk about first. I guess we should talk about the red flags first. And we're not talking about the obvious ones. I'm talking about the stuff that creeps up on you slowly, but then once you see it, you can't unsee it. Yeah, we're talking about those. Okay, and the first things first is ignoring boundaries. Okay, if you tell them you need some space or something bothers you and they keep pushing it, that is a red flag. Okay, love does not mean someone gets a free pass to disrespect your limits. Not at all. Number 2 would be gaslighting. Have you ever had someone make you feel like your own feelings, like there was something wrong? Or make you feel crazy for calling them out on their bad behavior? Yeah, that's gaslighting. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure we all know what that is. And no matter how much you love them, that shit is toxic. Okay, that shit is toxic, and we're not doing that. Then we have the lack of accountability. Okay, if everything is always your fault or they never could admit when they're wrong, that is a red flag. Okay, love isn't about blame. It is about growth. And if you can't grow with them, it is not going to work. Okay. And if they cannot grow themselves, it's not going to work. Okay. And then this one should be a never, which is the public disrespect. Okay. If you ever notice, if someone goes around someone and they act totally different around their friends or their family and they start publicly disrespecting you, that is a straight up sign. Okay. Don't let that type of love blind you at all whatsoever. And then we do have the unequal effort, which is relationships are a two-way street. So if you're putting in 100% and they giving you 20, baby, that is not love. Okay, we're going to tell it what it is. That is convenience. So please do not be out here being a convenience to somebody. Okay. Now, y'all raise y'all hand if y'all have been there. Oh, wait, I can't see y'all, but y'all know exactly what I'm talking about by nodding y'all heads, and I'm pretty sure y'all getting right into it. And yeah, like we're getting straight into stuff. Okay, now we're going to get into what happens when you love without respect. Okay, first thing is the emotional burnout. That's first things first, where you're going to have the emotional burnout. You can give and give, but when it's one-sided, your heart starts to feel super heavy. And then next, you're going to have the resentment. You love them, but then you start hating how they treat you. Then it's the self-esteem takes ahead. And then before you know it, then you're repeating the same toxic patterns that you did in your next past relationship. Okay, we trying not to do those things. Okay, I have had it happen personally, and I've watched it with friends go through it. Love can really, really blind you. Okay, but disrespect leaves scars. And trust me, those scars, they last longer than the feelings of love you had in the beginning for that person. Okay, so please do not put yourself through all that emotional trauma, and just start loving yourself a little bit more, and you're going to be okay. And then now let's go ahead and flip the script. Now, do you know respect is there? How do you know if there is respect from the jump? Okay, let's put it like that. How do you know if there is respect from the jump? Actions. Okay, y'all, actions, not just words. Here is basically what you should be looking for. Okay, one of them that are really good is the consistent support. No matter what, even if, they may not like your decision or what it is, but they know it's, you following the footsteps that you need to follow for yourself. Having that consistent support is always a green flag. Okay, and then also with that is the honest communication. Honest communication is always key as well. And we do like someone, as we said before, taking accountability for their mistakes. Okay, and then also here's another one where a lot of people do have problems with, but hopefully the world and society and all that shit will be able to get their lives together. Okay, and it's the listening without dismissing your feelings. Boom. That one right there. Yeah. And then honoring your boundaries, even if they're small. Like, just honor, them honoring your boundaries is wonderful. And if you don't know what I mean, here is a real life example. If someone remembers the small things that you asked for, checks up on you without you having to ask or without you having to say anything, or they show up when it does matter to you, that's respect showing up. Okay, don't ignore those green flags. They are rare and they do matter. So they might not always be a person that will vocalize it, but do pay attention to the actions, because the actions do what? Y'all, speak louder than words, okay? Now, think about your past or your current relationships. Are you seeing these signs? Were you seeing these signs early? Or were you too blindsided by love to notice? Guess that's a question for you to ask yourself. All right. And then now we're going to be talking about the solutions. Now we talked about the problems. Now let's get to some solutions. Okay. And then how do you make sure respect stays a priority in your relationship? Okay. You always want to set boundaries early. Okay, so when you first get together, that's not something you should be starting after you guys been together for a minute. No, that's something that you start in the beginning. Okay, know your non-negotiables and don't be afraid to say them at all whatsoever. And then I would say number 2 is communicate assertively. Do not wait until it is too late. Okay, wait, as I said, say it in the beginning. Do not wait until it's too late. Speak up as the issue happens. Okay, 3, we are calling out all disrespect immediately. Okay, standing on business. Now, if someone disrespects you, address it. Don't sweep it under the rug. We're going to stay classy or stay we're not going to get ourselves outside of our character trying to, check somebody unless need be, okay? Because we don't have a problem putting belt to ass out here, but that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to live a better, healthy, productive, happy life. So, yes, but we're calling out all disrespect. Then, walk away if necessary. Okay. Sometimes love isn't enough. Okay. Know when it is time to leave and protect your peace. Your peace is your sanity. Please protect that. Okay. If you have to walk away, walk away. It is okay. And then also within that, you also want to surround yourself with supportive people, because that also is going to help you as well. Your friends and your family are your reality check. Okay. They'll remind you of what's acceptable and what ain't. Either, whether if that's a good thing or a bad thing when you go see your family, but it's going to be a reality check. We always need those. But boundaries ain't walls, okay? You guys need to understand that as well. Boundaries are not walls. They're just signs that say, I respect myself, so you got to respect me too. And that's how love stays healthy. Okay, that's just all that's basically meaning right there. So don't think about it as you're putting a wall up or anything like that. So here's the real takeaway. Okay, love is beautiful. Love is a very beautiful, beautiful thing. But respect is essential. Okay, without it, you're setting yourself up for the burnout, the heartbreak, and the self-doubt. Okay, now ask yourself, where am I tolerating disrespect? What boundaries am I not clearly stating? Okay, these are things you need to take action, set standards, and do not settle. Okay, love is amazing. But your peace, baby, that is priceless, honey. I can tell you that. Okay. And with that, with me being married and this is something that I've personally worked on myself. Sometimes it's me, even if it's him. It's just having that healthy communication, being able to set those boundaries, and it does take you a long, long way. And then with that being said, thank you for tuning in to Talk Yo Shit. And then if you felt this episode, make sure to follow, share with a real one, and come back next week for more real talk. Until then, stay real, stay bold, and keep talking yo shit.